Punch Across Army, where you at? Your motivation guys back, your friend, the one and only Keith Allen. I'm here to bring you guys the latest and greatest tips and tricks to make you the best Fortnite player. If you're watching this right now, chances are that you like to reach the professional level in competitive Fortnite. Well, good thing for you guys, Fortnite is a game where pretty much anybody can go pro as long as you invest enough time and you know the most efficient strategies available. Alright, so in today's video, we're going to be showing you guys 7 of the best techniques the pros are using that you probably aren't. But before we get into this video, it's time to get some of my favorite candy. What is it, y'all? It's that bunch of crunch. Yo, and let's get this going. Alright, so for the first technique that we got for you guys today is actually more of a setting than a technique, but will allow you to guys take full advantage of your movement. You guessed it, it's using double movement settings. So double movement has been available for keyboard players for a long time now, but there's still a ton of you guys out there that are either scared to make the switch or unfamiliar with this setting as a whole. If you were to ask the top 1,000 Fortnite players in the world if they use double movement, we guarantee that every single one of them would say yes. Double movement settings will allow you to be more slick while building and editing and take better angles on right-hand peaks. You can also sprint at full speed while looking at your side, which means that you can fully protect yourself while running as long as you have optimal enough binds. Double movement won't take too long to get used to either, and it's going to unlock the potential to level up as a fighter and become an overall better player. Contrary to popular belief, guys, setting up double movement for yourself is actually quite easy. Like, we have you guys covered with the tutorial already uploaded on our channel, so definitely check it out if you haven't already. Alright, so with the release of Chapter 3, Season 2, we received 2 new movement mechanics, the mantle and the tactical sprint. We're going to cover the mantle a little later on. Let's just focus on the sprint for now. Okay, so aside from just moving around quicker, the tactical sprint can actually be used as a viable rotation strategy in the endgame. The tactical sprint makes you run as fast as the now vaulted Pepper. This means that you can make small rotations quickly without taking damage as long as you have decent enough protection and your timing is correct. Especially in solos, using the tactical sprint whenever you can just save you tons of materials and allow you to get to the front of side zone quickly as well. So this means that you're going to have more time to hold players on the edge of zone and kick up some free kills on weak players. One player that uses this strategy quite often is BL Cammy. Cammy is going to sit in his box and wait for the right opportunity to edit out in tactical sprint for as long as he can before the bar runs out or if other players are spraying him. After he's done sprinting, he simply just edits out and he repeats the process over and over again. So this strategy allowed Cammy to make earnings in 2 solo cash cups this season, so it's definitely something that you guys want to try out. We also just made a video breaking down Cammy's first place finish in the EU Solo Cash Cup finals, so you definitely got to check that out as well if you want to see this technique in action. Okay, so similar to our previous technique, this next one is going to help you out on your in-game rotations. We all know by now that launch pads are the most efficient way to rotate in the current meta, but a majority of players aren't using them to their full potential. Most players are simply going to hit a launch pad once and just fly out into zone and box up as soon as they can once they land. And so what many people don't realize is that you can actually do something called a double dip. So this basically means that you're going to fly around for as long as you can after hitting it the first time, then return to the same pad or nearby one to hit it for a second time. What this does, it allows the storm to move further in while you rotate, meaning that you can just get much further towards the safe zone before landing. In some situations, you can even triple dip on launch pads if the positioning lines up correctly. You just want to make sure, guys, that you have at least 60 HP when using this technique, or else the storm damage could grief you pretty badly, especially if you aren't carrying any white heals. So something that we're actually going to talk about next. Do you want to learn more game-breaking techniques like double dip? Make sure you guys head on over to ProGuides.com. I mean, we've got an army of pro coaches just ready and waiting to teach you everything that they know so that you can improve as fast as you can. In competitive play, most players are going to opt to carry a loadout that is more shield dominant. It might look something like a shotgun, an SMG, along with 3 shields or maybe an AR to fill that last slot if you have enough ammo. This can work, but what the majority of players fail to realize is that white heals are a necessity if you want to survive far into in-game consistently. Just like we mentioned in the previous technique, launch pads are really the only movement item in the game as of now after a majority of the car spawns were taken away in a recent update. And since you're not likely to be holding one when you enter the in-game, you're going to have to recycle launch pads that were placed by other players. This often means you're going to have to tank some storm damage to really pull this off, especially if you're using the double dip technique. Okay, so having a designated slot for white heals is going to consistently allow you to rotate with the storm without griefing your entire game. Not to mention that you can also make some cheeky storm plays to just get refresh kills or just survive when you're running low on materials. So you should try your best, guys, to really carry 4 floppers if the drop spot supports it, but if not, a med miss or chug splash are also great options. Med miss will allow you guys to refill small amounts of white health without wasting an entire fish, and can allow you to maintain your same health as you tank storm if you heal as you run. So we really wouldn't recommend carrying medkits though. I mean, they take way too long